my name is Calvin Keeney, and
you sound so sad.
We're going to be talking about confidence with my friend Peyton.
You have to be more confident when you speak.
How?
Okay, so say your name again, but it's sound like you own it.
Hi, my name's Calvin Keeney. I'm with my friend Peyton, and we're going to be talking about confidence.
Yeah, that was good. So, confidence. The first thing is having confidence in yourself.
So, I honestly would get really nervous when I do introductions. Because one time I was doing one, and I practiced it for 2 days, right? And then I got there and forgot everything.
You forgot their name?
I remember. Well, actually, I don't know if I forgot their name. I might have for a second, but anyway, it was just a nightmare. So now every time I'm prepping for a new podcast, I just get really caught up in the introduction, and so then I'm just and then sometimes I neglect the actual good part of the podcast where it's the topics and the questions.
Okay.
So that's one confidence thing I would like to work on today.
So that is called sweating the small stuff. And that takes up a lot of energy and puts it to not a good use. Because if you're putting all your energy towards the intro, then it lacks with the rest of the content.
You think it's a great idea that I've stopped worrying about it so much and just have bad introductions?
No.
Okay, so help me go from I'm Calvin Keeney. This is my podcast. To confident Calvin Keeney.
Okay, well, you want to project your voice. You want to talk louder, because people who are listening to this, they want to listen to it. Okay. They wouldn't have clicked on this video if they didn't want to hear your voice.
So it's like my buddy's watching, right? I say, or maybe not my buddy too. I could say they're listening and say, "Hey, this is Calvin Keeney. I'm here with my friend Peyton, and today we're going to be talking about self-confidence."
Yeah, that was actually really good.
Which one? The first one or that one?
What you just did.
Oh,
cool. You were happy, you were enthusiastic, you were energized, and it portrays confidence, and it makes people okay, this person has something they want to tell me, and it makes them want to listen to you more.
I noticed another thing. I don't know if this was before or after we hit record, but you were telling me to sit up straight, I guess a character on Beauty and the Beast, Gaston, with his shoulders out, or
just like that.
Just like that? Am I sitting up properly now?
Just like Gaston.
Shoulders back, chest out.
Head up high.
All right, let's try it again from the top. You ready?
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
I
gotta, the camera's not big enough. Okay. And for podcast listeners, okay. You got chest out, shoulders back.
Do you want the little corner of your picture in there?
Huh? Oh, yeah, it's fine.
That thing?
Yeah, it's my creation.
It's a little link. It's a little tentacle.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am Calvin Keeney, and I am joined by Peyton, my buddy, who's going to help us with self-confidence.
Hello, everyone. I am Peyton.
And what did I say after that? That's the stuff. That's the stuff I practiced.
That's the stopping point.
The whole stuff after that is what I practiced at the creek this morning. So I got it from here. Okay, we got the intro. The intro's done.
What?
Okay, so confidence starts with what?
Acceptance.
Of what?
Yourself.
Oh. So a lot of times I have trouble making up decisions. You and I were just at Chick-fil-A, right? Getting ready for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I got Chick-fil-A anxiety just sitting in line. They're usually there's a long line. We got there right before the rush crowd, the rush hour.
It's not Chick-fil-A anxiety. It's ordering anxiety.
We got food anxiety.
It's just the one Chick-fil-A restaurant makes you anxious.
Yeah, it wasn't just the Chick-fil-A, correct. But I definitely got food order anxiety. And I knew that Brad, our guy that took our order, he was about to say, "All right, next." But I still had no idea what I wanted. And I had no idea how we were splitting our food. You wanted the shake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if I should just swap out my drink for the shake. I didn't know, and so I became very unconfident in my decision. What could I have done better in that situation?
Well, before I answer that, I did notice that before he even said, okay, next person in line, like you walked right up there and you looked very confident.
Oh, I did?
So externally,
Ooh, cool.
externally you seemed, spot on and confident, but I think internally might have been where you were anxious.
It was a whirlwind.
And then another little sidetrack is we were talking earlier about, confidence externally versus internally. Calvin admitted he's more internally anxious than externally anxious. And you portrayed that perfectly at the restaurant because externally you were like walking up there like awesome.
I know what I want. My name's Calvin Keeney. I want a spicy chicken and sub this soda with the whatever we got.
Peppermint
shake and fries, blah, blah, blah. Here's the card.
But inside were you like...
I was like, oh my goodness. Do I want spicy sandwich? Should I just go with the regular?
They asked you what
should I get the
cheese you
meal?
wanted?
Which one's cheap? Should I get the meal? Like, it's because I'm frugal. I wouldn't say cheap. I'm very frugal. So like, should I get the meal or should I just get like the sandwich and add on a drink and fries? But there wasn't. Luckily, we ran out of time, so I didn't get to worry about that too much longer. So you said confidence comes in several different areas.
Well, do you want me to answer your question you asked?
What did I ask?
How could you have better like...
Oh yeah. Should we answer
ordered?
that after we talk about the different ones or before? Let's go ahead and answer it right now. Since we're on it.
So how to conquer your internal anxiety? Just basically food-wise?
Yeah, my food order anxiety.
Okay, cashiers don't care about you.
No, but he said, but
Brad
after I said
didn't care about you.
But like you saw how he treated me. Like I said, thanks, Brad.
Yeah, he was like, very
my
nice.
Pleasure.
But he does not care about you.
I mean, you don't get that everywhere. But both of the people checking me out at the register, I said, hey, thank you, Brad. Thank you for everything. My pleasure is what he said to me.
So to help calm the internal anxiety is just to think that they deal with thousands of people a day and,
But I think they care about each of them. But you're saying they don't.
They care about you, but you're not going to say anything or do anything they haven't already seen before. So if you stutter and you like you mess up a word or you say the wrong thing, you meant to say shake, but you said
smoothie,
steak or something.
Oh, that would have been so embarrassing.
But they don't care, is what I'm trying to say, is like it won't bother them. And it kind of gives you a peace of mind, okay, as thinking they're not thinking in their mind, oh, this person's gonna mess up, just wait for it, and they're just gonna like wait for you to mess up.
That's interesting. So maybe I should have just focused on me and not worrying about what they're gonna think of me.
Yeah.
Because I have that problem, honestly. But real quick, before we go on too much more about that, there's different types, you said, of confidence. There's the outward confidence, so like your physical appearance. Mm-hmm. There's the inward confidence, like you being comfortable with what your mind or your
mental state. Your mental state.
That's probably the one I have trouble with. And then there's the decision-making confidence, which is that similar to the mental confidence, or is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's also more of a, I think decision's like a wrap of everything. So there's even more than just those three of areas of confidence. But so there's the physical confidence and how you look.
Gaston from
Beauty and the Beast, which Calvin has mastered.
I'm going to be very confident next time I go there and order. At least on the outward, even more so than today.
You're going to walk up.
The Gaston. Everybody, whoa, that guy was so... I don't know why I was so confident ordering a spicy chicken. Anyway, I'm worrying about them again. I need to stop. I was worrying about them again. We worry about me. I just order what I order and then peace.
Just, move on with your life. Anyway. Physical confidence is be confident with yourself. And there's a quote that I read many years ago, and it said, confidence is walking into a room full of people and not having to compare yourself to them. Because if anyone watching this is like, oh wait, yeah, I do that, I probably shouldn't do that. Because like everyone will be like, oh, like comparing like your clothes to someone else's clothes or your hair to someone else's hair. And then you get like either jealous or you get kind of maybe even the opposite jealous and get kind of snooty, like, oh, I look so much better than them. And that's like the opposite direction you want to go. So you need to find like a happy medium where you don't compare in the first place. And that's when you're most confident in yourself, when you don't feel the need to judge someone or judge yourself. You know, you just kind of like live your life and you're comfortable in your skin.
I personally feel like I'm usually fairly confident, and not overly confident in my physical appearance, but confident in that I don't usually give it much thought. Like I'll throw on I have like 7 shirts and I'll wear one every day.
I can attest to that. Yeah, 7.
Exactly 7. No, I probably have like 10, but anyway, I wear about 5 to 7 of them constantly. And so yeah, I just put on the same stuff every day. I'm not too worried about it. But then, you know, again, in my mind, I'm constantly, is so-and-so thinking this about me? Am I going to be worthy of being a tennis or pickleball coach if I can't beat person X, Y, Z in a match? You know, like kind of, I guess, devaluing myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more mentally is where you struggle.
I think that's where I struggle with my confidence. Some things that have helped me with that, I've tried over the last couple of weeks, trying to be more aware of it and just really just like thinking about what I am good at and not thinking about like I'm better than this person or that person at tennis, but just thinking, oh, I've played tennis a long time. I have some insights and some things that are helpful to other people, and other people have said, oh, that's helpful. So like obviously it is helpful. So there's value in that. Just does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to compare yourself because you're confident enough in your own abilities, which is good. Which is a good thing.
Very good. And so again, it starts with the self-worth and loving yourself. I think maybe, I don't know if we talked about this earlier on the podcast or at Chick-fil-A, but we were talking about, you know, loving yourself and having self-awareness that helps with your confidence, because then when you know what you're good at, and you can kind of steer towards those things, and then you'll be more confident.
Talking about that at all.
Well, we probably didn't. I'm kind of going off of what we talked about.
He's going rogue.
Yeah, going rogue. I'm kind of going on my own thoughts right now, and it's just.
Which is good. Yeah, let's hear it.
I got interrupted.
You lost it.
No, it's what I was saying. I don't know.
That kind of took us out of physical confidence into mental confidence.
And then decision-making confidence.
Well, right now we're still mental. So we got out of physical because you mentioned about mentally when you're playing tennis that you're confident in your own abilities and skills where you don't have to compare yourself to other tennis players.
Mm-hmm.
So that attests to what we were talking about earlier about how you were able to walk up to the cashier fine, but mentally you're kind of thinking oppositely. And then with the tennis, it's kind of like not only the opposite, but because mentally and physically you're pretty good with yourself with tennis. Like, you know, you have good skills, and mentally, you know, you have good skills. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which is good, and that's like the first few steps is getting your head
that makes sense.
in your mind.
And then the decision making, that's kind of that's like the Chick-fil-A food order anxiety, maybe. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what to order. Oh no, they're about to call my name. Brad's ready. I'm not. And order.
Yeah, like if you make a decision to go to a college, and you're like, and you made a decision in your mind, but then you doubt yourself, and you're not confident in that decision. We were talking about something earlier. I don't remember what it was.
Me neither. Oh, was it my publishing my
content? Yes, it was. That was it. You remembered.
Okay, we remembered. So.
And scene.
And scene. All right.
Yeah,
so,
you need the little
click.
Take 2.
Take 2.
Okay, so decision-making confidence. Calvin was talking to me earlier that he wanted my input on why he doesn't follow through with posting some things.
Can I set the scene real quick?
Yes.
So I have I have a gaming website where I teach people how to make and sell their own board game. And in this website, I have maybe 40 to 50 published articles. And then I have another 20 unpublished drafts and I would say probably 10 of them are like 75% or more done, with like 5 of them being 95% or more done. But I've been struggling with actually finishing them and publishing them. And I think, well, first of all, it's kind of hard to finish them out, but really it's not too much harder than just doing the whole thing. But anyway, I think the big thing for me is that I get so nervous actually publishing them and worried about trolls making fun of me that they just sit in my draft pages section of my website. And so then, no one gets to benefit from the work that I did because they're not published. So, there.
Scene is set. So that's the decision of being confident in the decision of, I made this video for a reason. People will watch this video for this reason, and it may benefit their life, it may not, but I'm going to put it out there anyway, regardless if someone trolls on it and comments on it, and they might say something kind of snarky, but they can always be blocked and deleted. It's definitely not going to help
someone just sitting in my draft folder.
Yeah.
It could help someone if I publish it and finish it and publish the post. But it's definitely not going to, and that's my intention, is to actually help people. In that case, help them make and sell their own board game, if that's what they're into. In this case, for my personal stuff, the Calvin Keeney stuff, like this podcast, it would be to help people be more confident or whatever the subject may be. But if I shoot this, and we do this talk, I definitely feel obligated to publish this because you came out here. We made a big deal of it, so I'm definitely going to do that and follow through with that. But when it's just my own thing, like me writing something.
Well, today is November 30th, so we'll see when this actually gets posted.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that's...
You have a timeline.
Oh, man. Can we edit that out, too?
No. So the viewers now know.
That's amazing. Okay, well...
So you have to be confident in your content of your videos. Like, you made each video, they each have a different, topic line. And each one is going to be benefiting someone. So be confident that it's going to actually help someone. And, take a risk. Put yourself out there.
All right, I will. I've done it before. It's just, every time, especially lately, I haven't published anything, like a piece of content that I worked a long time on, such as like a podcast or something. I haven't really published one of those in a while. Months. It's probably been 6 or 7 months for my gaming website. But yeah, so I think I need to just do it. Stop worrying about the trolls.
Yeah, it's always that first step that's usually the hardest, of actually convincing yourself to do something, following through, and then being happy with what you did.
All right, so especially for this piece of content, filming on November 30th, I got fire under my feet to go get it done. So, all right, I like that you did that. I want to talk about, are you ready to move on?
Yeah, but I say, is that all you have on with confidence?
Yeah, so real quick, a little segue here. Peyton is kind of my direct support professional. She comes and helps me tidy up my area, my room, my computer desk.
Make sure he's meted and feted and taken care of, and his room is clean.
Room clean.
His dog is happy.
Dog happy, which I'm pretty good at that.
He's a good boy.
Right?
Yeah, you do good. You're a good dog dad.
See, I let my son sit in here and chew on his bone while we do our podcast. And
yeah, y'all seen his head move around sometimes.
You probably heard the bone. Isn't that right, Nessus? So anyway, Peyton has helped care for me and my Livy several times. And one of the biggest things, the reason that this all started, was you helped me clean out my room at the ranch. So I had a room. It's where I was living with Nessus. And it wasn't the biggest room, but it was very cluttered.
It was. When I first walked in, I was just like, okay, it's not terrible, but there's improvement that could be made.
Just to kind of set that scene, I had 2 desks. And
you did have 2 desks.
And 1 or 2 nightstands. one of the desks had about 5 or 6 drawers, or at least 3. I know on one side it had 3, maybe it had more on the other. Anyway, had I think 4 or 5 drawers. Nothing was in the drawers.
No, they were empty. But on top of them,
it was
full of stuff.
Stacks and stacks of stuff that should have been in the drawer. Yes. And okay, this was, I'm guessing, 11 months after I had moved into that area. 14 months? I don't know.
This was a while ago too.
Yeah, it's been a while. But it's not like I had just moved in. I've been there for a while.
You had time to unpack.
I was settled. And it looked like I had just moved in and put everything on top of the desk. So what did we do first?
I didn't ask for permission. I just started kind of just sitting at his desk. He was putting his shoes on or something. So sitting at his desk, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to move some stuff around, maybe put all of his pens in like one little spot, and all of his like papers in one spot. And I eventually started just kind of like organizing his desk space. So that was more, enjoyable to work at. And then he was like, oh, that looks good. Like, I like what you did there with the pens.
Let's try to get on this desk.
And then it kind of grew from there. Like, okay, like, can I please help you?
It turned into a small job.
I enjoy caring for people and organizing and making things more user-friendly and livable. And so that was a task I enjoyed, was being able to help you live an easier life. Because when your room is clean, it helps you kind of like feel better, breathe better, kind of takes out some of the stress of the day away.
I have a question. So Peyton's worked with me probably 2 or 3 separate times for several hours each time. So whenever we cleaned out that room, and then when I moved from that room to now this apartment that we're filming this at, she came and helped me organize again. And again, it was like I just moved in, except I'd been here a couple months. So she kind of, over time, I've been learning some organizational tips from Peyton, which have been super helpful. And my question is, it's probably been, 2 months since you came to help me, or a month and a half? I don't know. Anyway, how have I kept it?
Oh. I mean, better than the second time I came here.
Good. So progress.
I've been here 3 times.
All right, so I've done better. I still have some improving to do.
3 times. The second time was the worst time, but that makes sense because that was, I think, whenever you first moved back here from the ranch. So you had more stuff here. So it makes sense that was the worst time. There was just like papers everywhere. But as of right now, the floor is better. I mean, there's still like, clutter, but
my closet is good. Like I've tried to keep your organization in there, like shirts and stuff on one side and lower body, like shorts and stuff on the other side. I think I've done.
Yeah. So he's getting the organizational skills locked in his brain, which is good.
Categorizing things is one of the things I noticed that you do that's helpful for organizing. So like in my closet, previously I just had like everything in no particular order on hangers.
They weren't even on hangers
that I didn't use.
Oh, those ones you didn't use.
And then the things that I did use, I had just rolled up and put into a long
cubby system
thing. And then you helped organize all that. So now I can more easily find my nice shirts, my dress shirts, pants, blah, blah, blah.
I see you have the sleeves still stuck in that shirt, it looks like.
Don't worry about that right now.
But at least it's hung up, though. It's on a hanger.
It is. It's hung up.
Because originally it was like in a bag. So there is improvement being made.
It looks great.
It does. It looks awesome.
I'm making improvements. So
I'm proud of you, Calvin.
Again, organization. Okay, but where we started, so the very first time Peyton helped me, she started on my desk, cleaning out the pins, organizing that space. So it is one space at a time. I noticed
that is the key thing. That's the one thing I was taught as a child, is when you're cleaning a space, you're cleaning a room, don't do a little here, little here, little here, little here, because then it'll just never feel done. You'll get overwhelmed, and you'll just kind of give up.
That's why I never clean my room.
That's why. That's
because
the reason.
I do a little here, a little there, a little everywhere. Actually, what I do is I think that I need to do a little here, a little there, and then I don't actually do anything at all.
Everything gets half done. It never gets fully done.
Actually, oh man, I just had the craziest realization. I think I do that on my blog post. I'll like start a blog post, and I'll think, oh, I have this other idea for a blog post, so then I'll start another blog post, and then later I'll go back to the first one.
Also, how you don't post things too.
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's why I probably don't post them, is because maybe it's not confidence. Maybe I'm super confident.
You just need to follow through.
I just need to follow through and focus on one post. Like, this is the post I'm going to do for this week or this day. And then the next day, I get that out. And then the next one, I do all of that and do it. And not, oh, I'm going to work a little on this. Oh, I'll do that later. Oh, I'm going to work on this one. Oh, I'll do that later. And then never finish any of them.
You know what helps with that?
What?
Checklist.
Oh.
On a piece of paper, a checklist.
Okay.
Because you can't check it off until you finish it. So even if you have finished it, you can't check it off until it's all the way finished.
You know what I found helpful with checklists, for me personally, is, so I do that, except a lot of people tend to, on their checklist, do like 15 things for the day or whatever. What I found helpful is this is one thing I want to do today. Like, say, publish a blog post. And then, so I'll have that as the goal, and then I'll work backwards. So what is it going to take for me to publish that blog post? So I need to do X, Y, Z, and I'll work backwards. Like, hitting the publish button is the last step.
Oh, and then so you're more detailed with that.
Yeah, well, that's what has helped me, because I tend to, if I just have published blog posts, I get distracted very easily. But if I have, write the title of the post, and then write the whatever, it's like in steps, and then publish at the end, like, I get really excited about doing the last step, which is publish, because that's easy. You just hit the button. But it's like, I don't know, that helps me. Maybe it'll help someone else.
And going with your checklist, what works for you, because everybody's different, and because you said sometimes people put 15 things on a checklist, and it overwhelms you, and you get kind of distracted with one thing, not the other. So you like to do like small steps to get you to the main step. Is that what so the main step is posting.
Right.
And then so you have the main step of posting, and then you have little things that will accomplish that. So that's what works for Calvin. What works for me is having a checklist of like the 15 things, but then organizing them in high importance, medium importance, and low importance. So like high importance would be like walk the dog. Low importance would be shine my shoes. And then medium importance would be like take out the trash. So that way, like,
that's interesting. You
can like set your day. Okay, I need to do this. If I don't get this done, it's okay, but I still need to remember to do it. So I won't forget to do it because it's still on my list, but it's not like I don't need to do it right now. So there's many different ways to get your stuff organized. Whether it's having one just long list, one list of things that like, detailed and how to do the different steps to help you feel like you're actually getting it done, not get distracted. And having like other people might have like the list like me of what can I get away with doing later? What should I do now? So whatever works for you will work for you. Try different things out, and then what will help you, get the ball rolling and things accomplished.
That makes sense. So back to the organizational part, you do one spot at a time.
Oh, back to the cleaning rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
One area at a time.
Yes.
I forgot my question already.
Yeah, you went back to cleaning rooms.
No, but so when you were cleaning off, say, my desk to start.
Okay.
We made piles, and you would do throw away, keep,
and then go through.
And go through. And the go through pile was more to figure out if it needed to go trash or recycle or keep, right?
And that was more him internally thinking, like, can I do away with this? Should I keep it? Do I need to keep it?
Have I used it in 4 years?
Yeah.
What's a good cutoff? What's your cutoff for, like, should I keep this thing that I haven't used in a year? Yes or no? Like, to me, I tend to keep everything, or most everything, because I'm like, oh, maybe this reminds me of one day when I was with my brother or something. So I don't want to throw this a little piece of plastic way that is kind of useless because it reminds me of this one day that I played soccer with my brother. Like something not even that significant in life, but it's
not
like,
even that significant.
Well, I'm just saying, like, just a very that I don't have anything like that. I'm just trying to think of an example. Like, I tend to overkeep things
like
because
a movie ticket stub.
Yeah, like that's
is okay. That's okay. A piece of plastic is not okay. So like,
well, when I say piece of plastic, like, I don't have an example, but
I'm picturing like a piece of plastic.
No, actually, let's go with movie stub. So I actually have this same thing. Sometimes I keep movie stubs because I'm like, oh, I went to that movie with my dad or my mom or whatever. And then, actually, let's talk about birthday cards. This is kind of the same thing. This is where I really don't know what to do.
But with the movie stubs, real fast is, so like an example would be like Calvin's desk might be full of movie stubs from different significant parts of his life. Like, oh, when I was 12, I went to this movie stub, went to this movie, and this is this little ticket from it. So it's okay to keep them, but like they can't be dispersed. They should be like in a jar to kind of keep it, organized in one place. So that's okay, but to just kind of have, your memorability stuff.
I don't know. I think we just made that word up.
Memorable stuff. I don't
Memorabilia?
know.
That
sounds.
Is that a word?
Memorabilia.
Let's say that it is a word. It's like a bunch of memories.
Yeah, you want to keep all your keepsakes in one place. So you don't want it to be dispersed around your room.
So I just had mine, all over my desk.
And like with birthday cards, you'd find one here in the closet, two under the bed. Like if you want to keep them, that's fine, but it's kind of have them all in one shoebox.
And Peyton, just as she is describing, she ended up putting them all in one box, and it was much more nice.
Yeah.
Because now I can go to that one box when I'm feeling sentimental or want to
nostalgic. Look
back on all of the great cards that I was given by my aunts and uncles.
Yeah. Okay.
With monkeys on them.
Or you can hang them up on your wall.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the other thing is that Calvin has a bunch of posters, and he had one that was like black and white.
I'm going to show people. You can keep
talking. Okay. And he wanted to hang up on the wall.
That's something I drew in college.
But he already has so many posters, and it looks the exact same. So you don't need to have very many of the same poster.
Now I'm showing the closet that we were mentioning earlier. So what were we saying?
That you don't need to keep all your posters. Just keep the few good ones that say like the good things.
Oh, like that poster over there?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It was like those.
That one? It's a paintball poster, okay? And
no, I'm talking about the white one from the ranch.
Oh, yeah, that's a good keepsake one. But the paintball one looks like, oh, why would you keep just a paintball poster? But Greg Hastings, he's the guy that was professional paintball player that I followed when I was younger, and he made a paintball game on the Xbox or something, and I played it a lot, and I loved that game. And then like a couple years ago, I saw him at this gaming convention, and I saw the poster, and I was like, oh, I know, I remember playing Greg Hastings' game when I was a kid, and they're like, oh, you want to meet him? And I was like, is he here? And they're like, yeah, he's right over there, and he's dressed up in his paintball gear, showing off his newest game. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool, and he signed the poster for me. So I have that. That one's sentimental, too, because it has Greg Hastings.
I wasn't talking about those.
But,
I was talking about...
But I was. Okay. And you're talking about the white poster, and I think that's a great keepsake. What were you going to say about that? Why is that not a keepsake?
No. Remember you had another one. Remember because you had two of those?
I had like four of them because the ranchers left me.
Yeah. So like you had two of them, and one of them was just like that, but there wasn't a lot of color on it.
Oh yeah, it's very plain. Yeah.
So I was like, you don't need to keep like if you wanted to hang it up, like that one's better to hang up because it's like more colorful. There's more writing on it. And the other one you couldn't do away with. I don't remember if you threw it away or if you like folded it up and put it in the closet. I don't remember. But that's an example of like what needs to be out, what doesn't need to be out.
That's a great example.
That's all I was trying to say. That was the point of the story.
That was a great story. Thank you for sharing with us.
It took a while to share.
I get distracted.
It's okay though.
Thanks.
It means you're thinking.
Thanks for letting it be okay.
Acceptance.
I get very distracted.
Acceptance is the first thing.
Is the first thing. I accept that I am very, oh, hey, look, there's a squirrel kind of thing.
So as a direct support professional, I need to encourage him in his thoughts. So
Thank you,
when you find a squirrel, I'm like, oh, good job, you found a squirrel.
Thank you.
And then him and Nassas will go get it.
We'll race to it. I think that's it. Well, do you have any other organizational tips you want to share real quick? So just to recap real quick, we had organize your stuff in categories. That's a later tip, but
label stuff.
Oh, label stuff.
Label stuff.
That's one we haven't talked about yet.
Like in his, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I had the Sharpie in your closet and all the cardboard boxes in there.
That was super helpful. Yeah, she wrote what was on there, which, that makes sense. But I didn't do it, right?
Yeah.
I would just go in what is that box, and never look in it.
So that's kind of what helps is if you're doing all your birthday cards in a shoebox and all your movie stubs in a shoebox.
You can write memorabilia on it.
I think it is a word. I'm pretty sure that's a word.
Yeah, memorabilia. It's just hard to say.
So if you can label, because if you have 10 boxes on top of each other stacked in your closet of memorabilia, yeah, it sounds better the more we say it.
Yeah.
Then it makes sense to be like, okay, this is birthday cards, this is pictures, this is movie stubs, this is keepsakes. It makes your life simpler. That's part of the whole user-friendly thing that I really like. Because it saves you time having to go through everything, and then if someone was coming over and like, oh, let's look at pictures that, from your old photo albums and stuff, you can just easily pull out this one thing and just look through it without having to question, oh, which one is it in? So labeling stuff, he has a box in his closet of sports supplies, sports equipment that was just, around his room, gathered up, put it in one box, it's all in one location, and labeled the box sports equipment. It just makes life so much easier.
And then do that for 10 boxes, and then you have a clean room.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you did, and it was super helpful. And now it's much easier for me to find stuff. I don't waste as much time going into my closet or stumbling around my room finding stuff. My floor is fairly clean now compared to what it was. And so now my life is easier. Thank you, Peyton.
Yeah. And that makes me feel good knowing that his life is easier.
Speaking of that, when do you want to come back and help me with my computer desk?
Oh, whenever you need me.
Because remember how we did at the ranch? It's kind of back to papers piled up that I need to go through and should go through and get rid of the bills and stuff, but they just keep stacking.
So that's
what's some tip on that?
Piles come into
play. I have those piles that are keep piles, throwaway piles I throw away, recycle.
And
keep piles
shredding.
I keep. But then that middle pile, the go-through pile, I seem to have a go-through pile right over there across the room.
Yeah, I can see it from here.
Yeah, and that keeps growing instead of I actually went through it once and then couldn't decide, so it just stayed there. Same thing on my computer desk. Go-through pile is sitting there. I need to just pay the bills or whatever with it and go on, but it just sits there.
Bills is a different thing, because bills is okay, you need to do this, but if it's
some of them are actually bills.
Well, those need to be taken care of first. Those have pretty much priority.
But I'm having trouble doing that because I go to do them and then I get on the computer and see a button to play a video game instead, and I play the video game because that's more fun than paying bills.
That has nothing to do with organization.
Does that have to do with confidence?
No, that has to do with
Squirrel?
just yes, getting distracted, staying on task.
Now we'll have to do another podcast on staying on task.
Focusing.
So that's Peyton. We talked about
Peyton.
Self-confidence and organization and being a caregiver of a 31-year-old male, which is me. So let's go through one last time just for I want to order something fake. Let's just name a restaurant.
What? Oh, okay.
Name any restaurant, not Chick-fil-A. Don't say Chick-fil-A. Don't say Chick-fil-A.
Do you want to do a fast food or a sit down place?
Any restaurant, but you can't say Chick-fil-A.
Johnny Carino's.
That's Mexican food?
You didn't know it's not.
Okay,
I think it's Italian. Okay. Chili's.
Oh, I know.
So that's a sit down place.
Okay. Okay, I know an order.
Well, first you got to walk in, and how many people are going to be seated to a table?
We're going to practice me ordering
Oh, so we're already
for
seated?
confidence and decision making.
I'm currently the maitre d' at the front of the place, saying how many people do you want to have sit down?
Hi, 2 please.
Booth or table?
Booth for sure.
Okay.
I was confident in that at Chick-fil-A. You remember? I was like, "Where's the booth?"
But yes, but that was just with us though.
No, but even at Chick-fil-A, I was pretty confident.
Oh, when choosing booth or table?
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, is there a booth open?" Well, actually, I was kind of like, "Hey, is there a booth?" So that wasn't too confident. But in my mind, that time in my mind, I was confident. But outwards, I was like, "Hey, is there a booth?" I don't know.
Butterfly.
Chili's. You're the person seating me.
Okay.
And my friend Peyton. Actually, how about seat me in Nasa's, my dog's son.
Okie dokie.
All right. 2. Booth, please.
Awesome. Follow me to the booth.
Gaston.
And then you gotta walk very confidently.
Hi,
And so we walk over there,
Hey, how you doing?
and then here are your menus.
Oh. Ooh, wow, a lot of good food on this menu. I'm glad there's pictures. This will be easy. And then I look through it. Here's wow.
Can I start you out with something to drink?
Oh, right. We're actually role playing. Water, please.
Water? Okay.
With the lemon.
What about
and
for
lime.
you?
Well, he'll just have water
Just water for you too? Okay.
and bacon drippings.
Bacon flavored water. Okay. I'll give you a minute to look over the menu. I'll be right back.
Thank you. And what was your name?
My name is Peyton.
Oh, no way. I have a friend named Peyton. I'll let you get back to work. I'll look at the menu.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm going to look at the menu with Nasa's.
Okay.
He wants 12-ounce steak. Easy.
I'm not back yet.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm just, in my head, this is what I'm thinking.
What does easy mean?
Easy means like there's 100% sure he wants a 12-ounce steak.
Oh, okay.
And he's going to eat all of it.
12 ounces? Wow, that's a lot of steak.
And he's a big boy. He's a growing boy. He's a 5-year-old. So he wants steak. I know that. I don't have to worry about...
Oh, time's up. Okay. Are y'all ready to order?
And then in my mind, I'm going to go through my mind real quick. So pause.
Do you need another minute?
No. We're paused in real time. I'm going to explain what I just thought of in my head when you said, "All right, I'm back."
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to explain what just went through my head. It was like 800 things, okay?
800, wow.
Yeah. So I thought, oh man, I spent the whole time thinking about what Nasus wanted. No, I'm not kidding. This is what went through my head. He wants 12-ounce steak, but I have no idea what I want. So I'm going to flip to that section of the menu that I know every Chili's type place has, like the 2 for $20 or whatever.
It's like 2 for $25 now.
Yeah, and I'm going to look at that and pick out something in my head and then realize, oh wait, actually 2 for $25 isn't that great of a deal. Let me go even further back to the just a burger or just a burrito section.
And you don't get what you actually want.
Right, and then I order just a cheeseburger. Oh, but the cheese is 78 cents. I'm gonna no cheese, just a cheeseburger. Oh, the bun, no bun either, just a burger. And then they come out with just a burger and his awesome steak that I wish I had. Okay, and I say,
Makes
oh, I'll
sense.
have the burger. No cheese. What kind of cheese? Oh, how much is cheese? Oh, okay, now we role play. We're back in real time. I'll like the hamburger, please. What kind of cheese?
Okay, mind back. Oh, are you ready to order?
Yeah, flip. He would like. You can go first, Nessus.
Okay, what would you like to order?
Oh, 12-ounce steak.
How would you like that cooked?
Medium rare.
Okay.
With a side of ribs.
Oh, big boy. Okay.
Oh.
What about you?
Oh, two for. I would like a hamburger.
Okay.
Yeah, a hamburger. Would you like cheese on that?
Would you like cheese on that?
Sure. Well, actually, is cheese extra?
Yes. 50 cents.
78.
Why such a specific number?
78. Actually, you know what? No cheese. Just hamburger's fine.
Do you want a side?
Yeah. What kind of sides do you have?
We have broccoli, we have corn, we have a baked potato, we have French fries, we have mixed vegetables, we have coleslaw, we have beans.
Baked potato.
Baked potato?
Is it okay if it's $1.50 extra? That's what you say.
Oh, yeah.
baked
Sides are extra. And
but the baked potato is more extra than the sides.
If you want the baked potato to be loaded, then it's extra. That was my next question.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Do you want it to be loaded with sour cream, cheese, butter, and bacon bits? It's $1.50 extra.
Oh, actually, you know what? No baked potato.
No potato?
And actually no bun either. Bring me a hamburger patty.
Just
with
the patty?
a piece of lettuce, please.
Okay. Are you sure?
Positive. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. And
So,
your name is Peyton, right?
My name is Peyton. I'm going to bring back one 12-ounce steak, medium rare, and a side of ribs for Nassus. And then for you, will be a hamburger bun with a piece of lettuce.
Oh, no. Hamburger patty.
Hamburger patty with a piece
But
of lettuce.
just as ridiculous. You did that amazing, by the way. Yes, that's no joke. That's what goes through my head every time I order. Almost every time.
That was exhausting.
It's very exhausting. I know. I live it.
Oh.
But on the outside, Gaston. Yes. Hamburger patty. No bun. No cheese. No baked potato.
Basically, don't be afraid to be like, hey, I need a minute. Like, come back to me.
That's probably what I should have done. And then I would have probably gotten a nice steak like Nessus.
Because you're
just for, a couple bucks more. We're out for a nice date. It's me and my son.
Because you're not in any rush. You can spare a minute and a half to look over the menu one more time.
Right. And, Peyton will understand, my server.
I'm sure she will.
She's probably heard it
she
1,000 times. She'll probably go back to the back. Wait,
I thought she
do
won't.
that?
I don't know.
Do you think Peyton would do that?
Nah, she wouldn't do that.
Well, that's another thing.
Not for you,
that's why I have
least.
to order quick, because I don't want to. No, Peyton wouldn't do that. No. She's a nice person.
But they hear it all the time. So just remember, if you say one more minute,
Well, but if I say one more minute.
Well, it's on how you say it.
What if I say one more minute? Oh, no, that sounded bad.
That was really bad.
No, I was trying to be Gaston, but it came out like really bad, like really like condescending.
It did.
One more. No, dang, I did it again. I did the thing, and it sounded.
Let's hear it.
Can you mind if I have one more minute to look through the menu?
That was not confident.
What wasn't confident? I was trying to be too nice.
No, you were like, oh, can I have one more?
But I had my chest out. Okay, try again, because this is important to me. Okay. Maybe it's important for other people too.
So when talking to someone, you can be happy. Make sure you say please.
Okay.
Do you mind giving us one more minute, please?
Do you mind giving us one more minute, please? I know he wants a 12-ounce steak, but I have no idea what I want. Do I have to say the last part?
If you want to. I mean,
okay.
you can. And then you can also ask, what do you recommend? Do you have any specials? What do you hear is good here? I've never been here before, but I have been here before. You can say.
What if I tell them I've been there before, but I just wanted to make them think that I have? I haven't actually been there.
Why would you do that?
Just be cool.
Be cool. Remember, they don't care about you. They don't care if you're cool or not.
Rule number 1: the server doesn't care about you at all, even if Brad says my pleasure. Yeah, he's a very good guy.
It's like when you're at Walmart; they don't care what you buy. Like when they're scanning all your items.
I put the embarrassing stuff in the middle, so that the person in front of me can't see it, and the person behind me can't really see it. And I'll put something like the milk jug really tall.
If you buy a shirt, put the shirt over it.
Yeah, put the shirt over it. Like, hey, there's something under the shirt. I just didn't want you to miss it.
I don't even say that.
You don't?
No, I'm just like, because then servers don't care, cashiers don't care. They're on the clock. They're being paid.
Right, and it's not like it doesn't matter. They don't care. I need to get that through my head. So, as my direct support professional. Can you help me with that?
Let's make a behavioral plan for you.
All right. I'm game. I'm legitimately game.
We'll make a binder. We'll make a behavioral plan, step by step.
You're actually doing this, right?
I mean, right.
Well, we can do it right now.
We'll verbally talk it out.
You don't have to actually make it because that's a lot of work. But come on.
Okay.
I'm ready to improve my confidence game.
Okay, so are we sticking with the ordering and then...
The decision-making confidence.
Decision-making confidence.
Ordering. Food order anxiety.
Okay, so don't be pressured.
Even when it's my turn to order now.
So if the people come up to you and like, are y'all ready to order? If everyone's like, yeah, but you're not, don't be afraid to say, I'm not.
But what if everyone thinks, that guy, let's not invite him anymore. He doesn't even know what to order on time, that goofball. What if they think that?
Then they're not your friends.
Oh.
I mean...
So I shouldn't go out to dinner, to Chili's?
I mean, you can. If they think you're a goofball, then
they
think you're a goofball. You still get to eat food.
All right, so not caring what
Don't
anyone
feel
thinks.
pressured.
Don't feel pressured. Okay, right.
So when someone comes up, you're ready to order.
I feel like I should write this down. Should I write it down?
I mean, you can, or you can just watch this later and write it down as you're watching it later.
I'll edit it and write it down as I watch.
Yes. Okay.
Don't feel pressured.
Don't feel pressured. So when someone comes up to you ready to order, and everyone's like, yes, 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 yes. It's like, I'm not. Either say, 1 more minute, please, or I will go last. So everyone can go first, and you're last. Give you a few more extra minutes, a minute or seconds. That may or may not be enough time. So either one of those two choices of saying, I'm not ready, or I'll go last.
Okay. I can do that.
What do you see yourself saying more of?
I see myself saying I'll go last, and then it comes up to me, and I order a hamburger patty with nothing else.
Piece of lettuce.
Piece of lettuce.
Okay. So then you might want to say, I need 1 more minute.
Even after everybody else has ordered. Have you ever done that one? That one's kind of gutsy.
Yeah, I probably would not recommend doing that.
Yeah, I'm ready. 1 more minute, please. After
if everyone's already ordered, you can. It's not a huge deal. But it is like a minor inconvenience, I would assume, for like the cooks having to have like, this table's order and then there's like one straggler that wasn't like put in with that order. But I mean, it shouldn't be a huge deal if it does happen.
I think I'll get more comfortable with saying, if I'm not ready, saying 1 more minute, please. Mm-hmm. Or no, that wasn't confident. Or
just like, can I get a minute? Can I get a minute, please?
Can I get a minute, please?
I'm not totally ready now.
I'm Calvin Gaston. Can I get another minute, please?
And then if you aren't totally sure, you can always say, what do you recommend? The servers will tell you like...
The special. That's what they'll tell you.
The specials or what people usually like to get. Or if you're like, I'm between this and this. The steak or the ribs, what do you recommend? And they would say, I've heard this, I've heard this. So don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay. So first step, what was it?
Don't feel pressured?
Don't feel pressured. So... What's a micro step of that? Like, what could I focus on next time? Just asking for extra time, right? Mm-hmm. If I need it.
Yeah, don't...
So what's step 2?
After having the extra time?
Or is that pretty much it?
Well, then there's asking questions. Oh. Don't be afraid to speak.
Okay.
Whether it's asking, the friends you're with, does this sound good to you or does this sound good to you? What do you think I would like? They should kind of like know your tastes if they're your friends. Like, what do you think I should like? Don't be afraid to venture out and try something new. Don't get the hamburger patty each time. Even if it's like a rash decision of like, I'll try the escargot or whatever.
Ooh,
and then even if you don't like it, the next time you go back, you can kind of cross that off of your vision list of, you can just skim over that. So it's one less thing to like worry about.
Cool.
Even if you just spit it out, all of escargot as if you would do a hamburger patty. It's just a little bit more adventurous. So don't be afraid to be spontaneous. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
I like exploring, so that won't be a problem.
Good. That's a good thing.
I feel so much more confident about being confident.
Good. Yeah. That makes sense.
Especially with my food order anxiety.
It's funny how this all revolved around food.
Our trip to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Well, I mean, really, it was there, we were prepping for this podcast, and that's when I kind of really realized,
how much this would help you.
Yeah, and, things in my everyday life that I'm not confident in, such as making a decision to order food. But at the same time, I'm confident in putting on whatever shirt I grab out of my closet, and whatever shorts, and then walking out the door.
Shorts.
November 30th. Well, thank you for coming on the show, Peyton. I hope we do this again, and it's November 30th. I'm going to have this posted sometime.
It is 8:17 p.m.
Before
Don't give
March.
yourself... Oh, wow, that's quite... I was going to say, don't give yourself, a week, maybe a little more than a week.
Yeah, March. But do it before March.
Yeah, that's a little over a week away.
Do you think I can do that? Post it before March?
Yeah. I can tell if you're kidding or not.
I'm kind of joking, but also those posts that I mentioned earlier from the gaming website are a year and a half old. So
wow.
So I'm not really joking.
Okay, so hopefully by March this is up.
Because if it's not, I wasted your time too, right?
What's the month after March? April?
July's after March. That's my birthday month.
No, that's May. June.
No, but
July is after June.
July is after March as well. It's just not directly after March. And I got excited because my birthday's coming up in July. Squirrel.
Butterfly.
Thanks for coming on the show, Peyton.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I hope everyone learned at least one thing.
Oh, I know. I learned like 84 things.
I'm sure NASA's learned some stuff.
He's
wagging his tail.
He's excited about getting his 12-ounce steak, I bet. Well, thank you so much.
There's the puppy.
There's
His
tail.
There it's... Oh, no. It's right here.
We'll have to do it again sometime. And the computer desk, too.
That's right.
Well, you'll have to help me with that because my bills pile is not going away.
Yes, we will work on cleaning your desk again. I'm always happy to help with that.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And good luck at grad school. She's gotten into grad school at Texas State, right?
Yes.
As a what?
In professional counseling program in the mental health field.
See? That's why you're so good with me. She's born for it. And then your undergrad was?
Psychology and social work.
Very nice.
All with mental stuff. Isn't that crazy?
And seriously, you have helped my life, so thanks.
That makes me happy.
Well, good. It makes me happy, too.
We help each other.
That's right. Bye, everybody.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Does that mean I have to get it up before December? Dang it.
So y'all will all see this after. Happy Merry Christmas 2019, I guess.
Bye.
Bye-bye.